Hello everybody, this is a small quick training video how to use BBMP e-KYC online system. The URL for the system is bbmp.ekyc.karnataka.gov.in. Once you click, this will come. Here at this point you enter the mobile number. Once you enter the mobile number, then you click fetch OTP. The OTP will come, you'll enter it here. Then you enter the captcha and then you click login. Once you click login, you will land here. You can see here at point number 4 there is a button called click here. Once you click here, you will be able to go forward just like this. So once you come into this system, it lists all the 198 wards. So what you can do is immediately using the control F, you can just enter the ward name, like I have written Aadhaar, or if you are knowing the number, you can enter number. So I know my ward is Aadhaar, so I'll click the ward. After I click, it will list all some 10-15,000 properties in that ward alphabetically, you can see here. So what you need to do is basically you have to search using your owner name, because other numbers generally will be more difficult because property EPID you don't already know. Assessment number can be unscientific or differently written, so you can try. Address will be not there, you can see the address column is blank, it will come later. First time when you are visiting, what you have to do is search using your name in that ward, and I'll just show you once the name search happens how it will. For example, I can just write some name Venkatesh and I can say search. So it will say there's no name with the name Venkatesh. See, I misspelled it. So I correct the spelling. I'll search it. So you can see with Venkatesh, you can see here there are 190 Venkatesh. So I can say my name is Venkatesh S. Then I can search. Basically, idea is to use different combinations. You don't have to enter the whole name. Venkatesh, I can enter any kind of a combination and it will be able to search. So try different combinations, you will be able to find your name, and after the different combinations, once you find your name, what happens I will show you. Here you can see I have searched one name and that one shortlisting has happened. There are two steps here. First time when you are coming, click draft eKhata. Once you click draft eKhata, that eKhata will open up for you. Okay, and then you can see it. Then your property EPID number will get generated. So once that activity is over, then you click here, and once you click here under the submit additional information, then you will come to this page. What you need to do here, the information on the top is all locked as it exists in BBMP registers. Below this you have to fill the additional information. First thing you do is tell whether presently it is a vacant site or site with building or a multi-story flat. Whatever may be the existing information, you can declare it. So thereafter you have to enter the SCS property tax 10-digit number here, which you can see that space is available, and then fetch the information. Then after that I will show you what happened. You can see here now that I entered a number and I fetched the SCS 10-digit property tax number. So the property tax information came. So I save it here. The button I have already saved, so it has gone into edit mode. But first time when you fetch the data, it will show save and move forward. So once you save and move forward, the second thing it will ask you is to enter your sale deed number which you have for this property. Please note that you have to enter the property tax number for the same property. You have to give the sale deed for the same property, the names in the sale deed, the name in the property tax application will be compared with the name which is in BBMP eKhata, which is your name also. So what happens is, I'll come back now. In Kaveri registration, you enter the registration which is after 2004 if you are available. If the registration is before 2004, then you click this option, second one, and once you click that option, what will happen is it will allow you to upload the document of 2004, before 2004, scan and upload, and since that's a self-explanatory. Otherwise, if imagine somebody is living for long years, you don't have any registered document to prove, you can still click it, but please note it, in that case I can go forward, but since it is having no ownership document, it will be examined by AR. Now coming back to the original case, if I have the property registration after 2004, I'll enter the number here. After I enter the number, I'll fetch the Kaveri document. You can see the whole data is fetched. Thereafter, when the data is fetched, it will tell you the area of that property, the plot or the multi-story flat super built up area. You have to declare whether it is in square foot or square meter. Don't make a mistake here. If you make a mistake, then if you declare it in square meter, then you end up getting a huge problem. So be very sure which document you are using, etc. And don't end up wrongly declaring or falsely declaring your area. So once you fetch this sale deed and you declare square meter and square foot, whatever is the area properly, then you say proceed next. Then you will immediately, it will show you the names which are there in the sale deed and ask you to do e-KYC or Aadhaar verification of each name. And once you click this, it will take you to a website where you enter your Aadhaar number and enter the OTP, and then it will verify Aadhaar if the OTP and Aadhaar matches. In this case, once the verification of Aadhaar is done, the data will be fetched. In this column, it will show you what is the name in the BBMP book. Then it will show you what is the name in the ownership which you have actually fetched from the Aadhaar. Then it will tell you whether it is matched or not matched. So thereafter, it will ask you to enter the location of the property. For example, here at this point, you will enter the location of your property. Try to enter a nearby landmark in your where your property is located. So once you enter, let us say I enter Hebbal flyover, okay, something like this I can do, and I know my house is near that. After coming here, you can actually zoom in from here and actually go around and search your house near your landmark and just click it. So it will actually capture all the data here, and the plot number naturally it cannot capture, so you will have to tell the plot number or the door number, that is the postal address of your property. Then it will ask you the nearest landmark. You have written something. The longitude and latitude will be fetched. Keep and ensure that you click your house properly, because if you click it wrongly, then later your location verification will fail at a later date, and it will lead to a problem in a future date, even though you will get the final eKhata everything. But ensure to identify your location and your property GPS properly. Wherever you click this, accordingly the GPS you can see will change. So don't wrongly click your property. So once you have done that, thereafter the next thing is you have to click and upload the photo of the property also. Here the photo of the property will be uploaded. After that, it will ask you to tell the schedule of the property, which is its east, west, north and south. Here we have written checkbandi of the property. After that, it will ask you dimensions. It will show you the dimensions. It will allow you to modify. What it has, it will retain as it is, but you can actually enter the dimension. But you cannot enter dimension hugely different, because based on the dimension, the area will be calculated. Since the area is fetched from Kaveri, the dimensions you enter should be correct. Otherwise, it will contradict the area which has been fetched from the Kaveri. So once you have done that, after that, you enter the BESCOM number basically here. BESCOM, what is BESCOM number? If you click this, it will show you how this is where the BESCOM number will be visible at this point, 10 digit. That number, if you enter here and then you say verify and add, it will add that electricity meter for this particular property. It allows to add multiple electricity meters for the same property. Once you have done that, it will ask you for a for a plot with building, a single plot. It will ask you BWSSB. Please note that if you are an open vacant plot, it will not insist on asking the BESCOM electricity meter, because you may not have the electricity supply taken yet. After that is done, it will ask you can proceed ahead. Then it will ask you to enter, if you are, let's say, a property, eKhata property, it will ask you on what basis you are claiming the eKhata of your property. It can be 5 or 6 categories, like duly approved by BDA and the planning authority. Second is it could be an allotment by Karnataka Housing Board or Rajiv Gandhi Rural Housing Corporation, or it can be an allotment by government. It can be another property where you got the khata and the conversion done from the BBMP. So based on the selection you do, it will tell you to upload, for example, for a duly approved BIDA or planning authority khata, it will ask you to upload 2 documents because this is a property with plot and building. So it will ask you to upload the document for BD or planning authority. It also allows you to tell I do not have it. If you say I do not have it, you will still get A or B khata, whatever it is in BBMP records. BBMP will only keep a track that you don't have document for the basis of eKhata. And for example, here in this particular selection, we are saying it is a BD approved property, hence it is eKhata. So you will have to upload document, but you can also say I do not have that document. For the time being, we will definitely give you the eKhata, but we will keep a track of the fact that you don't have the corresponding supporting documents. And similarly, if you have a plot with building, it will ask you to upload the document for building plan approval, and that you can upload, or you can say I do not have it. If you do not have it, you will still get the regular B fine eKhata, and in this case we have done this. So once all this is entered for what is the supporting document for eKhata, please note whether you upload or not, we will not cancel your eKhata at this juncture. It will be just information gathered from you. If you go proceed next, at this point, it will show you all the name mismatches which are there. Then it will ask you to declare that I understand A and B khata is being issued as per existing BBMP records and subject to final verification. In case of any discrepancy, if they are found, then we will be referring the matter to the ARO. For example, if a name in the sale deed is different than the name in BBMP khata, or name in your property tax is different, let us say there is an inheritance or there is a sale in your favor because your predecessor's name is coming in BBMP khata, or your predecessor's name is coming in property tax. So that name mismatch is there, but there is a reason for it. Then you can produce that document to ARO. The case will be referred to ARO. However, in case the name in the property tax, the name in the BBMP register which we have digitized, and the name in the sale deed all match, then if you submit this here, your data, you will be immediately getting the final eKhata, based on which you can, the final eKhata will be broadly of 2 types. If you are immediately needing to do a registration, then you can say I need to do immediate registration, which case it will tell you, it will give you an eKhata, but it will tell you to meet ARO, so that to authenticate your identity that you are really the person you are claiming to be. In case you don't want to do a registration immediately in sub-registrar office, you just want eKhata for your existing property, then you don't need to meet ARO or any BBMP staff. If your all the information is matching, which means names and other details are matching, immediately online on the spot you will get the final eKhata. This is very quickly how the whole process works. We have released another long detailed video also for this, which you can refer, and I deliberately kept this particular video very small and short. Thank you very much.